6c, find the particular solution, y, to the given differential equation. So we are starting with a rate, and they're asking us to find the equation for the amount. Because our rate equation includes an output variable, we must use the SASE method. So, dy dx, 1/3 x, y minus 2 squared. So separating, we get this. 1 all over y minus 2 squared equals, dy is equal to 1/3 x dx. If we get that far, they give us 1 point. Now we take the antiderivative of each side. This is going to require the ax plus b rule, but it's not the natural log. We've got to move it to the numerator because we've got a squared. You can't use the natural log rule. So this becomes 1y subtract 2 to the negative 2 antiderivative dy is equal to, this one I can do right away. That's going to be 1/3 x squared over 2 plus a constant. So I keep going here. Let's see. This is the ax plus b rule with the power rule. So that's going to be 1 over a. Here's my a. Ax plus b. 1y subtract 2 to the negative 2 plus 1, all divided by negative 2 plus 1. And that must equal, this would become 1/6 x squared plus a constant. If I find the antiderivatives, they actually gave me 2 points on this one for doing that. That's 2 more points. This is wrong here. This is a total of 5 on this problem. But I'm up to 3 so far. So now I've got to use this equation to go find c. That's the c in SASE. Let's clean that up a little bit. So 1 over 1 is just 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Dividing or multiplying by negative 1 is the same thing, so we'll ignore that for a minute. This would be y minus 2 to the negative 1, which means that's 1 over y minus 2, all to the positive 1, and I've got to have a negative. And that must equal 1/6 x squared plus a constant. So now we're ready to constantate. So we write negative 1 all over a y value of 0, subtract 2, must equal 1 over 6, an x value of 1, plus c. So this is negative 1 divided by negative 2, which is positive 1/2, is equal to positive 1/6 plus c, which means we have 1/2, which is 3/6, subtract 1/6 is equal to c, which means we have 2/6, or 1/3 is equal to c. If we get that far, we get another point. So we're up to a total of 4. We're going to go back to this equation now. This is our equation for y and x. That's this equation here that we're looking for is the solution to the rate equation. We found our amount equation. It's right here. So we use that equation with our value of c to go isolate the y. That's so we can get this last of the 5 points. So let's do that. So we've got negative 1 divided by y subtract 2 is equal to 1/6 x squared plus our constant, which is 1/3. Algebra is a lot easier if you think of it in big chunks. So think of it like this. -1 all over y subtract 2 is equal to a whole bunch of stuff. Because we don't have to do anything with this. We just have to get the y alone. So that means I would multiply both sides by y subtract 2. And then I would divide both sides by a. So I would end up with y subtract 2 is equal to -1 divided by a. Then I add 2 to both sides. So y would equal -1 over a plus 2. That means I just need to do this to this. So -1 is going to equal 1/6 x squared plus 1/3 all multiplied by y subtract 2. That means -1 divided by 1/6. You don't have to do any simplification. Must equal y subtract 2. Now I'm done. Y must equal 2 plus -1 all over 1/6 x squared plus 1/3. If you do that, you'll get that last of the 5 points.